Hey folks, it's Mark with Fire Mountain Outdoors. Thanks for joining me today. Hey, today I am talking about one of my favorite rifles, reinvented, and I'm so happy. This turned out great and I can't wait to tell you about it. Stick around. Those of you who've been watching the show for a good while know that I'm a big fan of a 30 caliber, and I'm also a big fan of the AR15. And I also really like the 7.62 by 39 round because of its inexpensive nature and easy availability and its innate power. Like I mentioned in my other video, the 7.62 by 39 round has more muzzle energy at 100 yards than a typical 55 grain 5.56 has at the muzzle. So there's another bonus in that a 30 caliber is legal for hunting big game in my state, whereas a 5.56 or a 2.23 is not. We've got a 24 caliber minimum. So I really like this rifle. You know, I gotta admit I was a little bit misguided in my previous iteration of this. It had the slide fire stock on it and it was fun, but that was problematic. I had some issues, but only when I was trying to use it as a slide fire. And it had a big clunky quad rail and also a quad rail gas block up here. And the whole ergos of the thing, it just didn't really work for me. And as a result, it was really kind of back of the save queen. So Midwest Industries sent me this quad rail for testing and evaluation. And it's not a quad rail, actually, because guess what? There's not. It doesn't have any of the drawbacks of a quad rail. This is their ultralight M-LOK model, and this is super slim and super light, and it's got some great attributes. And so it came in peanut butter brown. Now, as you know, Bob's been a big fan of peanut butter brown firearms. I've always kind of been like Henry Ford. I preferred my firearms black. But so I had this rail, and then I decided, well, you know what? I want to get rid of that clunky gas block, and it's time to get rid of that slide fire. So I got a Magpul CTR buttstock, which I really like. It locks up really tight and firm. It's really positive. It's lightweight. And I got an MOE grip. And I wasn't sure how I was going to like it, but I really do. It's just got enough soft texture that it feels really nice. And you know what? This turned out super nice looking. I really like it. A lot of times you'll have issues with the colors matching. The beauty of this is the parts are far enough. There's a slight color differentiation here, but you can't see it because it's broken up enough. I really like the looks of it. While I was at it, I decided to get rid of the optic that I had on there, which was, it's had several different optics on it through the years. But I put on this Leupold VXR 1.25 to 4 and mounted on a peeper mount. This is a fire dot reticle, and this thing is sweet. So here's the results of this build, folks. It's light. It's actually lighter than my Ruger 77 Mark II deer rifle that I packed through the woods. So it's lighter. The optics, integration, the hand guard, everything feels great, fits great. You know, I didn't have any method of sling attachment before. The Midwest Industries rail has a built-in quick detach mounts up here, which is super nice, and so did the CTR stock. Everything just came together really nice, and frankly I'm amazed at its accuracy. I still have one of my favorite modifications, which would be the bad lever. And in the process of trying to troubleshoot some of that light strike, I went a couple of different routes. The light strike issues that I had in the slide fire situation, and I upgraded to a Geisley trigger to eliminate the trigger group stuff. That didn't cure it. I also talked to some people, and they thought that maybe I was having bolt bounce. I switched to a heavier buffer, and that actually made the light strike problem more frequent. So I switched back, and I haven't had any kind of problems just running it as rapid fire as I can pull the trigger or want to pull the trigger down. The last thing that I did was, since I had the barrel off, to change the to get the barrel nut off, I went ahead and I clearanced and polished and radiused my feed ramps. You know, I was having issues where it wouldn't feed soft tip ammo at all, and that was important for me as a hunting firearm. I needed it to be able to feed soft points reliably, and so just polishing and radiusing and smoothing out the feed ramps made it so it now feeds the soft points now, and now I am super happy with this. So, you know, some people did ask a lot of questions about magazines on the last video. Here's what I found. I found that the C Products magazines work really well. So I have these, I think these are a 10 rounder right here. The only issue I've had with these is if I load it to the full 10, the first round with the soft point ammo, not the full metal jacket or the hollow points, but the soft point, because of the tension of the feed lips and everything, it just kind of wedges it a little bit in the feed ramp. A little tap of the forward assist will cycle that one home. It's not like I got to cram it in the last way, it just needs that little nudge. So that's fully loaded, the very top round. That may change after time if the spring gets a little bit softer or something, but the spring tension up against the feed lips, hold it at an angle that forces it hard with the soft lead into the feed ramps, and it just needs a little nudge, and it'll cycle that. These C Products 30 mags, I've had no issues with those. They work well. They just cycle just like you should. If you are building a 7.62 by 39 AR, I can recommend these because they work well for my application. Well, enough talking about this rifle. Let's shoot it. I have 5 different types of ammo, and I'm curious as to if the more expensive ammunition is going to be worth it and render some better accuracy. We're starting out with the cheap Wolf, both in the full metal jacket 122 grain, and then I have the 124 grain soft point. I'm considering this for varmint eradication. However, I don't think I'd trust a trophy deer hunt on this. So for the stuff that I'm going to take home and eat and that I want to kill dead the first time, we're going to try some of this Federal Fusion. This is $26 a box, so it's over $1 a round, but I've seen the terminal performance in ballistics gel and it's very impressive. So I'm hoping that it is also significantly more accurate. We also have some Cellular Balat full metal jacket. This is $12 a box compared to $5 or $6 that we see for these. And we have some Cellular Balat soft point. So I'm just going to do a 3-shot group out of each one of these, and we're going to take a look-see and see what we get. All right, let's start with the Wolf. Load up 3 rounds. Well, let's take a look at these results. Now, granted, this isn't a scientific study. This is just one 3-shot group. So let's start with my disappointment. The Federal Fusion, $26 a box. Well over $1 a round. Let's look at that group. Now, that may or may not be acceptable, but it's kind of disappointing. And I'll tell you why here in a minute. Just for size reference, it's the group is about that big. It's bigger than the ammo box. Let's take a look at
the soft point cellular and balat that we did down here. That is a nice two-shot group there. We had a flyer over there. The $12 a box full metal jacket. It's about that big. Let's come up here to the cheap wolf. The cheap wolf that we use, a lot of horizontal stringing between that. That's still not that bad. This is the surprise, and this is what makes me super happy, folks. This is the Wolf Military Classic. This is the stuff that I buy by the 1,000-round case, and it's right close to the same price as this, but it is a soft point and it's hunting legal, and so it's what I buy. And look at that. For size reference, I can nearly cover the group with a SD card. So I'm super happy that this rifle that I built works well with the ammo that I like to buy and buy in bulk. That is maybe an 1.25 inch group. That may be anomalous, but it's what I got, and I'm just tickled pink with that. So you compare that 22 cents a round to this at over $1 a round. I can tell you one thing, folks. I'm gonna be shooting some coyotes and some other critters to see what the terminal performance is on that, and if it's acceptable, then by golly, that's what I'm going to be running deer hunting. Since I have the Fusion, I'm going to shoot some more of it and see if this wasn't anomalous. But those are my initial findings. The Federal is kind of disappointing with a big spread. The cellular and balat, I'm going to say that the accuracy increases wouldn't necessarily be worth the additional money that you would pay, over double for that, but you may still want to buy this if you're a reloader and you want to save your brass and load your own. But this makes me happy right there. The inexpensive ammo with great accuracy out of that semi-auto platform. Boy, I wish I had hogs to shoot at with this. That'd be fun.
So there you have it. My little jewel, my little problem child has been rectified, and now runs really well, shoots really accurate, and has great potential as a sporting arm. I'm super excited about this. I only wish, and I don't wish, I wish I had a good friend and free airplane tickets to hog country, because I would love to take this hog hunting. I think this would be the ideal setup for a hog weapon. It's just great stuff. It's going to be a great 150-yard, maybe out to 200-yard deer weapon. Maybe even small black bear. It would, there's been lots of elk killed with the 30-30. This has the same knockdown power as a 30-30. I don't think I'm going to take it elk hunting because I have better firearms that are suited, but I definitely think that this is well capable of any species of deer, and I'm looking forward to putting it to use and actually taking an animal with a modern sporting arm that I already have. So great stuff. Midwest Industries makes a great rail. This is super light, super comfortable. I don't feel any needs to put any angle foregrip or any gewgaws on this. I like it just like it is. Magpul made a great stock and a great grip. The loopholed optic is just awesome. The Burris peeper sight holds it in there just fine. Those that are wondering, this is a CTR barrel, I think. Nope, DTI. It's a DTI barrel. It's a 1 in 10 twist 7.62 by 39 barrel. It's a heavy profile. It's heavy all the way. It gives the rifle a little bit of chunk and a little bit of heft, but it's actually really well balanced. I like it. I was actually able to just freehand whack that gong, the same one we were shooting at, several times offhand just with a sling assist. Then the added weight of the barrel and that forward stability really helped. So no, it's a great gun. It's now one of my very favorites, and I was just excited enough I had to share it with you. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Be safe. You can't take back a bullet. You never want to wish that you could, so follow the 4 basic firearms rules, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.